There are items of key importance. When you're in situations, basically, when you catch the courts, evidence tampering, there's a serious problem. And when you connect things that go all the way up to Sacramento, yeah, buddy, it's a serious problem. So when you end up like in my situation, the state of California owes me more than $5.8 billion. I'm an archiver. I have a diversified archive of a lot of material. And most of it at this point has either been stolen or destroyed due to the actions of the state and the courts and the prosecutorial system. So we have a situation of a long-term series of facts. They have paid no money to me and they owe me money. But they want to keep fabricating false information repeatedly, hounding me, harassing me, case after case after case. This is something that the harassment on my campaign, horrible problem. I have to go into court case after case after case and get them dropped. But I'm not required to go to court. Federal law says no, candidates don't have to show up in court. And if they do, it has to be a court of full record. Courts refuse to be courts of full record. I actually have a list of 5 different types of motions to make that basically have been used in courts, where attorneys helped me make those. They says, look, you make these 5 motions, the judge has no choice. They have no choice. They must adhere to these items. If they don't, get out of there. You're in jeopardy. They're a railroad. They're a kangaroo court. You're in jeopardy. Just get out of there. There's no longer a point to try to proceed with anything when you're entrapped into a railroad, into a kangaroo court. We have the Supreme Court. We have the supremacy arguments, where basically the Supreme Court has done numerous rulings in which now you have the Supreme Court basically has said California laws, trash, they're gone, they're no good. They've been chucked out because they don't adhere to wide scope arguments. They don't adhere to the Constitution of the United States. They don't adhere to federal law. So the Supreme Court has ruled, and basically at this point, you have people all over the state that have not been informed that they need to consider their situation and understand something. They might be entitled to a new hearing or new case handling because California laws have become garbage.